is to say we want to capture what are the issues that they're facing in Ramla.
Right.
But not only to stay problem focused, which is too much of what people do. But I was suggesting an appreciative approach to say, and what's working well.
That's fine, but also juxtapose it with what's not working well, because otherwise it's like listening to the good news. We don't want to.
See, for me, I thought challenges captured what's not working well. You're saying it's not pessimistic enough.
No. Challenges is pretty neutral in
See,
Hebrew.
I don't think so. That's the
Well,
difference.
that's the difference.
That's the
because it's
language
not
nuance. It's
actually-
not in English. It's not neutral.
Challenges is what's on the agenda, what's on the menu, and then success or failure is how we grapple with that.
See, in English, challenges depends on how you frame it as an opportunity or an obstruction.
So we happen to work in Ramla.
No, that's why we're deferring to you on the language, but we have to explore the nuances behind. What I don't want to do, this is my American bias, and I hear my cultural speaking, is that my feeling here, there's a lot more emotion and extreme in how things are languaged.
Right.
That's my impression of it.
Right.
So that's why I'm coming from a more middle and you're more here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel this will elicit what we need, that's fine. But eventually what I'd like them to do is get to be able to talk over here.
Oh, they will. I'm just afraid that if we'll only write
Then
the
let's
question
put-
of success, this will come across as a feel-good document.
I
But
think
we're not
you
doing
actually,
that.
I think you are actually saying the same thing though,
Okay.
right? Because
I don't want it to be only success. I totally agree with you. It's just that
it comes down to what challenge.
the word challenge, we have
in
different
English,
interpretations
it
of
has-
challenge.
Let it write in Hebrew, everything. If it is redundant, I will take it out.
It's not redundant because
Okay.
you've explained that you want to see what are the hardships
Right.
and what are the successes.
Right.
And that's what we want. What are the problems and what are the successes? That's okay.
Okay, so now if we have both successes and failures, should we leave it on the same
I
page?
just don't like the word failure. That just is so dismal. That means something was started.
No, in Hebrew, I would.
Problems okay, but failure?
I would soften it. I would write
see the
something
difference
like
between problem and
successes and
failure?
not so successes.
Wait,
I
do you
would
see the
avoid-
difference between problem and failure?
Problem
And failure?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I prefer problem.
Okay,
Failure means you've tried something and it hasn't worked.
right.
It's failed.
Sure.
Problem
No.
are the issues that we're facing.
But in Hebrew, failures are the opposite term to successes. So if we write successes, I would like something to encounter it from the opposite side of the spectrum.
I just don't know.
No, failure are too.
I
Is
hear
too
what you're
harsh.
saying. No, I hear what you're. Problems and successes work for me. Are you saying they're not opposites though?
They are. No, problems.
Are you saying failures are opposites?
If I write problems in Hebrew, it is akin to challenges.
Okay, so that is the difference of, if you say success and failure, that means there was some kind of initiative
Right.
that was succeeded or failed. And I'm not sure that there's an initiative in the current living situation. Is that an if you think about the creation of Ramla as the initiative, then that's a failure and success, if we frame it as that. But if it's just Ramla, separate from the initiative of creating Ramla,
Ramla and nothing is being done in Ramla, so the challenges are not operated upon. They're just laying there,
yes,
and nobody's doing anything about it.
yes.
So all of them are failures because nobody
Okay,
is
I wouldn't-
rising up to the opportunity
I wouldn't
of
say
confronting the challenge.
Okay, that's a, I don't know if that's language or a different point of view. I don't know. I would not frame that as failures.
If it's a challenge, if it was defined as a challenge, it means that it's in the awareness of people that care. Because otherwise it's not a challenge, it's just a lamppost.
It is, and then the people that we'd be working with, I think they will perceive it as challenges. But failure, then there's a sense of blame in failure. Maybe that's what I don't like.
But if they care about it and they do something about the challenge, then they either do it well and
But we don't know if
succeed.
they've done something about it, and they may
Okay,
just
but
blame
this
the
will
mayor.
come up from their answers.
Okay. Write what you think will elicit the information we need, and you know what? We can always go back and get more information if it's not clear.
And this is horrible.
I defer